Hi, Mark. Now, Wednesday, February the 18th. It's 9:20 a.m. Eastern, 2:20 p.m. GMT. US session well underway. 10 minutes from Wall Street opening up. And let's have a look at the US dollars, how it stands going into the US session. Similar to yesterday, where US dollar started strong and then gave up those gains to the US session. So far today, again, demand for US dollars. I've got support at 97.05 and intraday resistance right now being tested at 97.35. We'll see if that does continue through the US session. Demand for US dollars and US dollar strength, the uptrend gained momentum and buyers look to extend the gains, or if we're going to see a turnaround like we did yesterday, and from strong US to weak US, and sellers do step in and look back down at the 97 level. But certainly strong US dollar to start the US session. Let's have a look at the majors. And there you can see strong US against the euro as well. There's the solid red candlestick. I've got resistance at 118.53 and support being tested right now at 118.13. Downtrend picking up momentum, certainly strong US dollar against the euro. We'll see whether that can continue and whether sellers can test break below that 118 level. If we're going to get a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar, and you can see yesterday we had on the euro a solid red candlestick at one point, and then US dollar gave up those gains late through the US session. We'll see today whether US can hang on to these gains, push lower. I've got resistance up at 118.53. Let's have a look at the pound against the US. And there you can see as pound, the downtrend continuing, three straight days of lower highs. Red candlestick being formed. I've got resistance at 135.81 and I've got support being tested at 135.33. Strong support area. We can see that. We'll see whether sellers of pound, buyers of US dollar strength can continue and get lower than the current support, push lower, hang around these support levels, or turn around from strong to weak US dollar. And if buyers step in at this level, at this area, and then look back up at the resistance level. US dollar against the yen. Again, strong US dollar. You can see that. Let's just move that intraday resistance and my intraday support, which is now 153.04. And I've got resistance at 154.26, over 100 pips already. And US dollar, look at this point doing enough to get the EMAs to possibly cross to the upside, which will happen if this does continue, or at least is maintained through the US session. Buyers looking up here above the 154 level. Again, a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar would see sellers step in and look back down at the 153 level. US dollar against the Canadian. And no doubt we're going to see again strong US dollar. Look at yesterday, strong US dollar, unable to maintain like we saw against the with the other majors and on the index. US dollar gave up those gains. Today, again, starting strong. I've got support 136.34, and I've got resistance right now being tested at 136.78. Buyers looking up at that 137 level. Yesterday's high 136.91. We'll see if US dollar strength continues against the Canadian, or if we get a turnaround from strong to weak and sellers step in around this area and look back down at the 136.34 level. But certainly strong US dollar to start and testing all the relevant resistance and support levels. Let's see whether that can be maintained, perhaps extend even further the US, its gains, or if we're going to see a turnaround from strong to weak. We've got our levels to work with. Good trading.